Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious Thai style saltfish fried rice. In Thai, it is called Khao Pad Kanat Blakhem. And you can make this in 10 minutes. Here's how to do it. And this saltfish fried rice dish is different than Chinese style, mainly because it has kale, as well as some sliced onions and lime to finish it off. So this dish is mainly found in Thai Chinese style restaurants, mainly seafood restaurants that are sit down and not really at those hawker stands. At my favorite Thai Chinese seafood restaurant, one bowl costs about 100 baht, roughly around $3 US. And a medium-sized bowl that serves about 2 to 3 people costs about 250 baht. And most likely the reason is because saltfish in Thailand, it's a relatively expensive ingredient. 40 or 50 grams of saltfish cost about 30 baht or about $1 US. So right here I have 400 grams of Jasmine rice. This rice has been left overnight inside my refrigerator, so the grains have dried out a bit, and that's what you want. Ideally, you want your rice to be dry before frying. And right here I have about 40 grams of saltfish. This isn't a dry variety. If you do find a dried variety, right, just make sure you soak it in some oil for at least like a few hours. This type of saltfish can be found along the coastlines of Thailand. Fishermen will take it, they'll slice it up and basically dry it outside for a few days. This fish is mackerel, I believe. I removed the skin and I chopped it up into small chunks. When I fry these, they're gonna break up into smaller bits, so don't worry about cutting it up too much. And here are 2 large eggs. So the general rule of thumb for fried rice is 1 large egg per 200 grams of rice. And this is 1 cup of kale, and just chop it up into small bits like that. And the seasoning, not much, just some fish sauce and some chicken seasoning powder. All right, so as you can see, this is not a lot of ingredients. This is why it's such a great dish for a lazy Sunday. So let's go ahead and make this dish. First off, I'm just gonna crack up my eggs. And just scramble it up. All right, and first things first is to cook up the saltfish. So I'm gonna pop on my wok on a medium-high heat. And when there's smoke coming out from my wok, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of oil. Spread it around. I'm gonna fry my saltfish. I love the smell of saltfish. See? It's easier to break it up into smaller pieces when it cooks. And a little bit goes a long way. That's why I like to break up some of my saltfish into smaller chunks. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna turn off the fire. Just gonna scoop out the saltfish. Now you can add more saltfish if you want to this dish. But for me, this amount is enough because it's very, very salty. And if you add too much, it can really overpower the dish. Because if you think about it, this oil, which I'm going to use to fry the eggs and the rest of the rice, is going to flavor everything. Okay, so I'm going to turn my flame on to a medium-high heat. I'm just going to add another 2 tablespoons of oil. Because for fried rice, you need a lot of oil. That is the key for a delicious fried rice. I'm throwing my eggs. Now, when you hear me talk about Chinese fried rice, I always mention that the eggs will color your rice, which you see throughout many styles of Chinese fried rice. But for Thai fried rice, we don't really need to make the rice yellow. So I'm gonna cook the eggs just a little bit more well done. Just like that. And then I throw in my rice. Really start breaking it up. All right, so I've been frying this rice for about 2 minutes. So right now I'm gonna throw in some seasoning. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of fish sauce. Mix it up. This is a teaspoon of chicken seasoning. This is a very, very Thai style ingredient, as well as the fish sauce, right? Almost ready. I'm gonna throw in my kale. Okay, when you see that your fried rice is moving around and dancing, sort of like that, see? You know that your fried rice is ready. So I'm gonna add back in my salt fish. Turn off the fire. And just give it a final mix. Along with some fish sauce and fresh red chilies. Time to dig in. And see how fast it took? It was like maybe like what, 10 minutes total time? It's so quick, so easy, so fast. Bigger portions, and I know that it's fresh and really tasty. Some lime juice, mix in some red onions. The heat from the fried rice is gonna just steam up the onion, and it's just gonna be a really tasty combination. I'm sure I get some fresh chilies too. That saltiness from the oil when I fried the fish, you can taste it on the rice, on the eggs. The salt fish just permeates the whole ingredients in this dish. The rice, the eggs, so fast to cook, so easy. It's basically a comfort food. So give it a try. I know you guys are gonna love it.